cross. Are y'all getting what I'm saying? Listen, Jesus addresses, let me give you three things he says in this text. And here it is. Take this to the street. Take this to your children. Know this. There's three things he says as to the reason why we should put away our swords, put away our guns, put away our violence. Number one, he says it's fatal. Somebody tell somebody it's fatal. He says you ought to put away your sword because it's fatal. Listen to what he says in verse 52. He says, put away your sword, put it in its place, for all who take the sword will perish by the sword. What is he saying? If you live that way, you're going to die that way. Live by the sword, live by the gun, you'll die by the sword, you'll die by the gun. Jesus speaking of the law of reciprocity. Somebody say reciprocity. You know the lesson of reciprocity, don't you? It's the boomerang effect. You reap what you sow. What goes around comes around. What you do to others will be done to you. Y'all, this is the law of God as well as the law of the land. Listen, you ain't got to be saved to be affected by this. This is the law like gravity. How many of you know saved and unsaved folk have to deal with gravity? Whether you know Jesus or not, gravity will hold you. And this is one of those kind of laws. Whether you in church or not, it is the law of reciprocity. Do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. What you do will come back to you. You reap what you sow. And if you live like this, you'll die like this. That's what he's saying. He's saying it's fatal. It's fatal to you in two ways. Number one, it's fatal. It can be fatal. One or listen, one or two of these things are going to get you. First of all, either the street's going to get you. Here it is. You killed my brother, so I'm going to get your cousin. Y'all hear what I'm saying? And it just goes on and on and on. And once you get to cousins, here come another dude going to get you. It's fatal. I mean, listen how silly it is. You looked at me funny. So you got to die. You on the wrong side of town, so you got to die. You got on the wrong color today, you got to die. You got on Jordans today, you got to die. Y'all get what I'm saying? You looked at my girlfriend, you got to die. It's silly, but it's fatal. And Jesus tells Peter, listen, it's fatal. If you live like that, you're going to die like that because, number one, the streets will come back to get you. Now, if the streets don't come back to get you, here's another thing that could. The courts will. If you don't die on the